Hi, this is Susan Campfield with SueStampfield.com. I wanted to talk to you today about photopolymer stamps and give you a few tips and tricks for working with those stamps to get the best image. Stampin' Up! Sells 3 different kinds of rubber stamps. We have your traditional wood mount stamp, which goes on a wood block, and then we came out with a few years ago the clear mount stamps that are remountable, so they go on a clear block, but it's the exact same type of rubber as our wood stamps. Both of these have foam behind them for a cushion to get you your best stamping image. In 2013, Stampin' Up! Introduced some photopolymer stamps. Photopolymer stamps are completely clear, as you can see here, and up to this point they've come just in a cellophane bag instead of our boxes, and that is about to change. Stampin' Up! Is going to be manufacturing the photopolymer stamps in their manufacturing facility along with the clear mount and the wood mount stamps, and so they will be coming from now on in a box. The original photopolymer stamps did have a bit of an odor to them. The new ones will not. They've done some fine-tuning on their processing, and when they do it in-house, they actually they smell just fine. There's no odor at all. The other change is that they're now going to be coming in our cases. This particular set is quite large. It holds 42 stamps, and it comes in the wood mount box. They also might come in the clear mount box, which is the thinner box like we have here, if it's not quite so large a set, but it will come in a storage box. The one I'm showing you here is with the new Project Life by Stampin' Up! Project Life is a scrapbooking technique that was designed by Becky Higgins, and she is partnered with Stampin' Up! And so we're coming out with, in fact it just started yesterday, that customers could purchase the Project Life card kits and stamps from Stampin' Up! To go with your Project Life scrapbooking. So the photopolymer stamps, let's take a look at those. As I showed you on the other one, they are completely clear, and they go on the clear mount blocks. You will find that you are going to get some staining on your clear photopolymer, as you can see here. Particularly I find with the red and the pinks, I get some staining. It doesn't carry through. I can switch this to, say, Daffodil Delight, a pale yellow color, and stamp it, and I won't get any of that red transferring over, so it doesn't really bother me. In fact, it is even a little bit easier to see the stamp on the block when it is stained. I can line it up a little bit better then. So, and of course with your wood mount stamps, you occasionally get some staining on the wood block as well. They still work great. It's just part of the deal when you're working with ink. So photopolymer stamps, I get the best impression when I do a couple of things. First of all, I get the best impression when I use the firm foam pads. A few years ago, Stampin' Up! Changed all of their ink pads from the felt system to the firm foam. And the firm foam is just a very juicy ink, and so it just seems to work really well, particularly with the photopolymer stamps. The other thing that I found that personally helps me when I stamp with photopolymer is using a mat. This is our, it's our paper piercing mat, but it can also be used as a stamping surface. So it's a real thick foam, and I just put it down. I put my paper that I'm going to stamp on top of it. Let's see, let's grab some paper here. What I have is, this is a piece of Pear Pizzazz. I actually cut this out with a framelit for a scrapbook page that I'm working on with the Project Life. This is the new set of framelits. It's the cards and label framelits pack that go with the Project Life system. I'll show you the rest that come in the pack here. The 4x3, the 4x6. You know, you can cut your cardstock that size and round your corners, but when you're cropping down a photo to fit exactly in the Project Life pocket pages, it's just way easier if you just have a framelit to lay over it, so you frame it exactly how you want it, send it through your Big Shot machine, and cut it down. So I just cut out this label, and I'm ready to stamp on it now. I want to use that day-to-day stamp set that I was showing you earlier. This one obviously is for scrapbooking or making your own calendars, has all the months, the days of the week, and the dates also has summer, spring, autumn, and winter on the stamps. And so what I've done is I took my stamps, and the event I'm scrapbooking happened here in April, so I put the stamp that said April on there, and then 2014. What I have found with the photopolymer stamps is that they are super sticky. They really stick on that block. They are not going to go anywhere, so that is terrific. Sometimes with the clear mount stamps, I typically do not put my labels on the back of those. The stamps do come with labels, but I find that they stick better to the block if I don't put the label on. Sometimes with words I will put the label on just so that I don't make a mistake, but I prefer to not do that. But the photopolymer you're going to find are going to stick very, very well. So I find the firm foam works best, so I'm going to ink it up in the firm foam. I'm using Bermuda Bay here, and I'm just going to stamp it onto my Pear Pizzazz cardstock. If I don't use the foam, most of the time I get a great image. It just seems like, let's say I'm stamping 10 different times the same image, 9 of them will be great, 1 of them will be missing part of the ink, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm going to guess that because the photopolymers do not have the foam cushion behind them, that I'm not getting an even pressure when I push down. So by using the foam mat, that has just really helped to take care of that problem for me. So that is my preference, to use this foam piercing pad under my stamps. So that is all there is to it, to the photopolymer. Let me show you the scrapbook page that I'm working on here. Actually, I already got it done. We had a special event with Stampin' Up! Across the country where they had a new catalog premiere. We have a new catalog coming out in June. That's where most of our photopolymers, the new ones, will be appearing. The Project Life ones are available to order now. So here's my Project Life page. You can't really see this. I'm going to zoom out. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there, but let's try to go out a little bit here so you can see my scrapbook page. So this was the event where they unveiled the new catalog, which you will get to see very, very soon, and it's full of really exciting things. And then here's our events, and of course this is where I put in my element with the date, and then I'll show you the other page that goes with it. This one, I'm with some of the girls on my team, some of the demonstrators that have signed up with me. We had a great time. I think I had 33 gals for my group there, and I made them all a gift. One of the gifts was a little pocket for their page so they could scrapbook along with a ticket. This, I did use photopolymer stamps for the face here. This is a Sweetie Pie photopolymer stamp set, which unfortunately has actually sold out. And then this one is from the frames that match the Sweetie Pie. That one is still available, the hearts. In fact, you'll see that right here. That's the one you can see. I stamped quite a few of those, and it did get a little bit stained, but it still works great.